Recently, our client John met his banker to discuss plans for a clean energy building. What he found was a shared passion for building something more, momentum for change. First Horizon Bank. Let's find a way. Go to firsthorizon.com/John. Tonight in Arkansas, there's a mother tucking in her daughter and turning off the light. A business owner's burning the midnight oil. An at-home dinner date is plating up possibility. And it's all happening under one roof. How? The power of a conversation, like the one John from Integrity Solutions had with First Horizon Bank about his vision for a sustainable mixed-use building. Now it's not just words, it's life. First Horizon Bank. Let's find a way. Go to firsthorizon.com/John. First Horizon Bank, member FDIC.
Ladies and gentlemen,
let's get started.
I have thought a lot in the last 24 hours.
Time to get your weekly sports fix.
By the skin of their teeth, they lost.
Then you can just ride it the whole thing.
With Stix.
Oh, so you hired researchers on the backside that I don't know about? He's like feeding you lines, like a legitimate segment producer. I feel you. Yeah, I didn't even know that we expanded staff like this. I mean,
we got an insider.
Let me open up the chat right now so I can get my Fed lines to me. Sure, I need all the help I could get. You know, I'm okay with it, but I could use some nice little comedic lines.
I still don't know why Chris has just a random picture. It's not even a real picture.
Yo,
shit. Well, you might as well not. So you can't see nothing.
No, I can see everything now.
You're about as tech qualified as we are.
Jason,
you want to speak for yourself.
You want me to bring her to your house?
Hey.
No.
You know you're live on YouTube, right, Corey?
Yeah.
D-O-double-G.
I think you two would get along real well.
Yeah. The flower is what sets the whole thing off, though. So the fit is fire. I didn't even know until I saw the flower. The flower told me everything I need to know about that dog. That dog is straight legitimate. Has to accessorize. It's mandatory. Learn a lesson.
Well, long time no see, homie. What has it been 4 days since the live episode on Superbowl Sunday where shenanigans were popping off?
Yeah, it was cool. It was a good time, man. I mean, you get a little rambly. You're like what's one man's song? You were born the rambling man, bro. Once you get going, bro, there's no stopping the train, bro. And I was just sitting back looking like, yo, the train has left the station. It was live, though. I ain't even mad at it. We should have been on 100% voice memo the entire time. The peanut butter sandwich conversation.
The pineapple something conversation.
That's what it was. Pineapple sandwiches. See, you had to jog my memory. Yeah, pineapple sandwiches. How we got to pineapple sandwiches? Yeah, I don't even know. That's some shit I would have to ask Sigmund Freud about. How the hell we got to pineapple sandwiches from the Super Bowl?
After the game, yeah. Well, it might have had to do something with a couple cold beverages and then a bottle of Evan Williams or whatever was involved.
Yeah, and a sixth grader. So, you know what I mean?
And a sixth grader.
Any topic could come up when sixth graders hit the scene. And as an adult, you just got to sit there and have this conversation and take it wherever you want to, because the imagination is still beautiful at that time. You know what I mean? It's Russell Crowe. This is a beautiful mind going on at this time, right? You never know what's going to come up.
Shout out to him having to put me in my place a couple times. He's like, what are you even talking about?
Yo.
And
you ain't the first and ain't gonna be the last. They just go. You know, we so washed. We look like senior citizens to them, man.
Oh, it was a good time for sure. Had some good eats, had some good hangout time, did a live show to pop it off. Good results for your Rams, baby. How excited are you? Did you come down off that cloud nine yet? Or are you still wilding out down there?
I've only watched the game 2.5 times so far. So, I mean, I need to really get into it and watch it a couple more times, you know. But the vibe is right, man. And there's a lot of talk going on, and we might get into some of this, but I mean, everybody talking about is Matt Stafford in the Hall of Fame? Is Aaron Donald about to retire? Everybody at the parade with straight naked chests, okay, and bottles of straight good drink. Matt Stafford slurring heavily. Sean McVay, ultimate coach / fanboy. Oh, it was live, man. So there's just a lot going on right now, man.
Yeah, we talk a little bit about that for sure here in a sec. But hey, check it out. Like you said, we're on the YouTube channel. We did a live one on Sunday. We got some good reviews on that from a couple people that have reached out to me and said, hey, was pretty sweet to see you guys, popping off. So check out the YouTube channel, subscribe as always. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show on whichever podcast platform you listen to. Go to thisisfunner.com for more podcasts and online content. Grab some merch while you're there from the Funner family. Follow me on Twitter at Stix015. Follow this guy, now it's Big Homie, at homie_anonymous. Use that hashtag Stix and Sports like always. Brother. So, I know we want to get into some of that Super Bowl talk and let you gloat about how bad Eli Apple is and all the shenanigans that you got this kid into, which I got something for you on that one as well. But, hey, what else is going on in the world right now? We got some Olympics still going on. The damn women's hockey team, I jinxed them again last night. I started watching the game.
You jinxed the men and the women, bro.
I know the men game too, bro.
This Czechoslovakia shit has got to stop. The Czechoslovakia shit has got to stop, man. You got to leave it alone. Go look at a map. You know what I'm saying? Bring the boys some good juju, man. Because soon as you said look, Czechoslovakia. Also, and because the U.S. men's hockey was playing Slovenia or Slovakia. My bad. I get those two mixed up. But and then look what happened. Boom, bounced. The women, the grudge match to end all grudge matches. It's us. It's them. It's Canada. It's the United States going hard. 2 men enter or 2 women enter. 1 woman leaves, and we left.
Well, back to the men's game, bro. They were up. What was it? 3-2 with 30 seconds left, 3-2, and gave up that 30-second goal left, man. I was so mad. And then I was like, in the shootout, watching the shootout, and I was thinking, okay, they've been talking the whole game about the Kraken draft pick, Matthew Beniers, who is the number 1 draft pick for a reason, and he's the greatest player on the ice. And they didn't even have him in the shootout, dog. He wasn't even in the shootout, wasn't one of the 5. And they're like, why is this kid not in here? Because he's your best player on the ice and didn't even get a chance to the shootout. So I don't know, man. That was messed up.
The Winter Olympics, man, I kind of, after about 5 days, I normally don't fall off on Olympic coverage. But after about 5 days, I don't know. Winter Olympics don't seem to hold my attention the same way the Summer Olympics does. But I did learn that they got some straight motocross stuff going on with Winter Olympics. That's dope. That I knew nothing about. On skis or snowboard, it's a race for people. I never seen nothing like this. Now that was hard, but
the little loop, that's pretty.
Yeah, dope. And it's like a full-on BMX course, and they getting after it. I like that. I never seen that before.
The biathlon was pretty sweet too.
Well, I was doing a intro to biathlon to my wife, which she has zero interest, but I still did it anyway. And what goes on. But man, I don't know, man. I'm just tired of all these people, man. These kids is from the United States, man, and out here repping other countries, man. We got to stop this some kind of way. We talked about this last Summer Olympics, last go round. You can't be out here winning goals for other people, man. I mean, this ain't right. There's something wrong in the world like this. I mean, you go to school over here. Everything's over here. I don't know. I don't like it.
Especially when they're winning the medals for the other country, which I haven't even had a chance to pull up the medal count, but doesn't sound like the U.S. is going to take that gold medal count at all. I think Norway is up there like doubled up on and then second closest at
Usual
this point.
Suspects, yeah, usual suspects.
In the Winter Olympics, yeah, they get all those things. So what else was there? Oh, the luge is pretty dope, obviously. The bobsled, the skeleton, that shit is wild. Those people are crazy, dog. Those people
that's what I'm
crazy.
checking in for every time. I'm checking in for that every single time. Luge, skeleton, bobsled for sure, no doubt about that. But you had some nice stories, and then you had some horrific stories. We got Shaun White making it to the finals of snowboard pipe. Now, clearly, you notice I didn't say he won a medal. You see what I'm saying? So
he got
made
fourth,
to the finals.
Right?
Yeah, but he made it. I mean, and it was his swan song, peace and love. He's up out of here. And then you have the tragedy that is Michaela Schifrin. I don't even want to go hard because it seems like she's already crushed, bro. It's not even like I was about to say Dominique Dawes, bro. Wow, I'm washed.
Ooh, that's throwback.
Yeah, Simone Biles. It's not like even a Simone Biles thing because Simone Biles was like, all right, I don't feel it. I'm not going to do it. She went out there each time, kept trying, and just was not doing it. And her last interview, bro, I just learned what cringe-worthy stuff is because that's how I felt on her last interview. It was just like she couldn't figure it out. Yeah, she couldn't figure out. She doesn't understand why. She can't put the words together on what the hell's going on. And that's the psychology behind sports, man. We super invested, man, in being good at whatever our profession is. And sometimes you just don't have it. And that's the human element, man. So, I mean, it's funny because I want to go in like I always do, but it just don't seem like one of them situations where you want to go in.
Well, that whole man-made slalom course, the whole thing was just, it was detrimental to a lot of skiers, men and women, in both sides of that too, because I remember I was watching the men's one, I think right when they first started, and like 3 of the first 4 skiers didn't even make it past like the first turn, bro. They were out. And then, then you had Michaela Schiffer as well for the women's and a couple other women's going on with that as well. But, what the hell's going on here? All the,
a distraction. Go ahead.
Yeah, you just distracted me on that one, but I mean, no, what's that mean? But yeah, so it's a whole wild thing. But I mean, they can't have much more time left. I know the gold medal or the men's hockey gold medal, I think, is Sunday. Mm-hmm. So it's got to be closing out here pretty soon.
Yeah, we come into the last weekend and we'll call it a day after that. I think it was fairly uneventful. Of course, there's always great stories. We don't need to get into every result of what happened in the Olympics. If y'all was about it, y'all saw these stories, but we hit you with the main ones that most people care about. And, go and check out and do some replays, still some good stuff still popping off for the next couple of days. So, tune in, man. But like I said, I don't know. I fell off a little bit. I mean, normally that's the only thing that's on my TV when the Olympics are going on, but yeah, I don't know. I fell off, man.
Yeah, well, there's we do got NASCAR coming up on Sunday, the Daytona 500, baby.
Hey, the Great American Race.
And Anonymous Homie doesn't have any issues. He already picked up a real sheet from the EQC down there, getting ready to get his NASCAR on. Believe it or not, the homie's not only a hockey guru, but also a NASCAR guru once he gets dialed into that NASCAR on Sundays.
I wish, bro. I wish I could say that, but I enjoy watching it. But and I wish I had the cajones enough to give you a couple picks for the race, but I really don't, man. I'm telling you.
I think Bubba Wallace had a good qualifying. I mean, I even did check it out. I saw a little bit of the replay of the qualifying last night when I got home, but I think Bubba had a good call. I was going to text you and say, Bubba.
That's one of the guys that I have checked off on the list, on the sheet. For whatever reason, I think on these large track, super speedway style, he does well. Your boy Kyle Larson won the pole, so he's sitting up front.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah. So, and of course,
Hey, has he reached out
card.
to, we're gonna have to ask Chris if he's reached out yet to have a sponsor him or whatever. I guess it kind of worked the other way around, but maybe he wants to throw a decal on there for This Is Funner and Sports Fix with Stix and ABH Big Homie. He's still looking for those big stripes on there, man. He needs a logo.
He need a big logo, and our funny looking face is just perfect for that.
I'm gonna put that on the notes here. Reach out to
hit him with the
Kyle
tweeter.
Larson, baby.
Yes, sir. At Kyle Larson Racing with no G. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, hit him up.
Hey, we took care of him. We took care of him over the last year. Stick it up for him. Had the homie investigation team working for him there. So we'll cut this clip. Homie will cut this clip when he gets it, and we'll do a little insider moves here and see what we can get popping off. Yo, bro. This we were talking offline earlier about this. First of all, the MLB lockout, and then this Tyler Skaggs situation with the Angels had in 2019 when he passed away way too early. First of all, did you see that these knucklehead player associations and owners met for a whopping 15 minutes today? Wow. 15 minutes, dude. What in the hell are they thinking?
Well, what did you get? What's the main point? What's the main argument point at the here? Are they arguing over a few percentage points? Are they arguing over some medical, or what's the sticking point? What's the argument?
Let's see. What's the last thing? And I don't know if I'm right on this. I haven't had time to read into it much more, but it was the salary for veteran players as well as minor leaguers getting paid.
Minor league. I did hear about minor. Okay, there we go.
And then the owners wanted to take more of a percentage or something like that. So that's crazy. But what is more crazy is that the Anaheim Angels, or were they Anaheim Angels were having the was it oxycodone laced with fentanyl, or was it just fentanyl pills that the trainer was giving out?
All kinds of pills, bro.
So I mean, was this something that this guy was, and I'm gonna read into this more, but I mean, it sounds like this is something where, obviously you're around these high profile athletes that are making all this money, where of course you're going to, well, not of course, but I mean, this guy was probably, hey, well, I got these pills. I'll get you, so many for, a couple $100,000, lining his pockets to get a little bit extra change. And all said and done, we saw today that he was convicted by the jury. I don't know how much jail time he's going to get, but or if that's even in effect yet, but
you don't know how much jail time he's facing a life sentence, boy. 20 to life, man.
Nice.
That's what I was telling you, man. This story is a lot bigger than this, man. But I'm about to go back. I like to start because, like I said, this is a whole conversation that can be had. This could be like a major discussion point. I don't know how deep we can get into it, but first, let's start at the genesis of this with athletes, injury, pain management. That's where this starts. And the pressure to play and get paid. That's where this starts.
Right.
Every player has to deal with the pressure of having to get over this injury, get back out there in order to make this bread, because the next man up, right? Next man up.
Facts.
Are you struggling to conceive? You have options, and at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group, we'll make sure you have the guidance and support you need. PREG is known for individualized fertility care that's unique to every patient. We take the time to provide a reassuring and empowering experience because we believe that you deserve nothing less. Let us help you on your journey to parenthood. Visit us at pregonline.com to learn more. Get the guidance and support you need at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group.
So that's where it all starts at. And it's, and that's rampant everywhere. That's NFL, that's WWE. How many dark side of the ring stories started out with pill popping before it got to, cocaine and heavy dope and whatever. But it started with an injury and then pill popping. And then that ends up being the underlying story of what happens to Chris Benoit, or, you know what I mean? So that part is wild, man. At some point, we got to figure out something to, I mean, the sports are what they are. Yeah, I mean, it's not like we can stop dudes from earning a living because they're good at something, right? But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to see when people got addictions, man, because even if it ain't sports, your homeboy could be addicted to something, and he's just, you know, what do they say? They're a functional drunk or a functional addict. They could be on top of their shit and but just be just the worst, doing the worst. You know what I'm saying? They doing handies in the alley for pills or something. You never know.
Right.
So, but that part is wild because all of this stuff is highly addictive. I told you my story about my medical situation, and what they give me for pain medication is some of the stuff that these people are talking about, and it's heavy stuff. And I don't fool with it because I don't trust it. You take this damn shit one time. You take this damn shit one time. Either you strung out, or you could be like my man's. Okay, so forget this. That's all the downside. We know what happens to athletes, pain management, blah, blah, blah. Let's go back to how we found out. Let's go back to 2019. This is going to jog your memory, bro, because once I went back and looked, because I remember the story, and I remember how sad it was that that day after it happened. You remember everybody on the Angels wore 45 after the game was over. They all took off the jersey and went to the mound, and they all laid them there. You remember that?
I remember the Jose Fernandez one, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure they did the same thing with Skaggs too.
They did. So they all went up to the mound, and Trout was crushed. And I remember this, and it was super touching. They had his parents and everything at the stadium that day. I remember it like it was yesterday. But what I do not remember, okay, is that it was a combined no-hitter versus the Mariners.
Oh, wow. Was it really?
It was. And you know what? And and I was like, oh, you know, this thing circles all the way back, bro. Yeah, I mean, it always finds a thread to get into the show somewhere where it has some relevance to both of us, man. But
is the owner gonna get fined or something, or is he gonna be involved in this? Was he involved in the trial thing at all? I mean, I know they had some players. I know they had that Matt Harvey, CJ Crone, a couple minor leaguers that aren't even in the league anymore, talking about this guy too. But does it seem like the owner would have to be somewhat responsible? No,
they can't be, man. I mean, what could happen? What's happening is the Skaggs family, parents, and wife that he literally, I swear he had just gotten married, if I remember the story right, to the woman. They have a civil suit against the Angels.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if it's wrongful death. I don't know what all needs to be proven in order for them to get paid on a civil suit. But yeah, man. But the dude, the PR guy, so basically the guy who hooks you up with interviews and all of this, is roaming around breaking people off pills. He's the guy. And
it wasn't even the trainer? I thought that.
No, this is the public relations man.
Jeez.
Right? So, and what's so crazy about it is, you remember the Dark Knight, the good old 1 year, 2 year Dark Knight, Matt Harvey, right?
Yep.
When he was on the Mets, he was on the Angels, and he was supposed to be on this flight with these dudes. And of course, homie investigation's done it all. So I can give you a couple details. On this road trip where they were going to play the Rangers, they all was wearing cowboy hats and whatnot. They had already planned this out, that they're going to have their little Texas fun or whatever. And this is how they're going to bond as a team. Harvey is hurt. They say, you're not going to travel with us. He calls the dude, the guy, the PR guy, and says, man, I need something because so I'm just going to do treatment and, come by and hook me up. So he comes by, hooks him up, right? He doesn't take the pill yet. He does his treatment. This is what the story says. takes his treatment, blah, 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 goes about his life. They fly out that day. They find the dude in the hotel room. He didn't even get undressed, I'm saying. He didn't even get undressed, and he didn't even unpack, bro. He was missing all the way up to where it's time for them to game time. And they did a wellness check on his hotel room. His bags were still full. He had on the same pants, the same boots. Only thing he had taken off was his hat and his shirt. He had bust down. He had bust down in the hotel room. So they had all the paraphernalia there. He had bust down right there and was snorting it. And that was it for him. And see, that's the thing with this stuff. But see, I don't know if he knew, because it sounds like to me that Skaggs was on some Oxycontin. Okay, yeah, pain medication. He's doing pain management. Oxycontin is a pretty high level pain management situation as far as a medication goes. But the next level is fentanyl. Did he ask old dude for fentanyl? Or did old
isn't
dude...
that how...
that's not something that people ask for.
No, and I think it gives it a little bit more of a kick, because it's funny. We were talking about that. I was talking about that today with my boy Jordan today at work, and we were talking about the fentanyl part too. And it's more like, it's almost like an addition to the, I mean, oxycodone is pretty damn strong either way. I mean, you know, we've all been to the dentist, and I remember getting oxycodone from there. And I mean, it's pretty damn good without the fentanyl, which adds a lot more kick.
Yeah.
So that's just nasty, sad all around. That's some
that
jacked
fentanyl,
up stuff.
that
for
fentanyl
homie.
situation is pretty major, man, because I guess if whatever his, you know, there's fentanyl was involved with his pill taking, which, you know, and there's all kinds of stuff. So go read up on this after you listen to this, because the story's got a lot of legs, man. And but so they got into breaking the pills down and crushing them. So I'm thinking this dude had to know. Did the dude know that he was giving them something that was laced with something else, right? Because if you take oxys all the time, you know, okay, I could take one or two, or if you're Chris Benoit, you get up to like 5 or 6 oxys at a time. But he wasn't doing that. He was just like on some 1 or 2 and snorting it up his nose. This fentanyl thing is crazy, because now they're talking about all the whole drug trafficking situation. Now, not that I'm an advocate for keeping dope clean, but I mean, if you go buy a sack of cocaine, you want a sack of cocaine. You don't want to hit this shit one time and die because it had fentanyl.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what's going on though. So it's a lot of people in Hollywood and all of that. There was last summer, there was two actors checked out because they had copped something from somebody. They checked out, and the other person was in the hospital on life support, bro. So you got to watch out, man, with this stuff, man. Hey, say no to drugs. Nancy Reagan, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. I see you. You was on top of the game. Say no to drugs, man. Go get you something to drink. Yeah.
Shit is not good in any aspects of it at this point, man, especially when you don't know.
Dude is facing 20 to life, though. And guilty, so 20 to life, bro. So his life is messed up. He hope he didn't have a wife, kids, because now their life is messed up because he wanted to sling drugs. Dude is dead, clearly. His mama is scarred. His wife is scarred. Yeah, this is wild, bro.
Wow. Well, should we get on to some better news? Your Los Angeles Rams and Sunday's debacle of the Cincinnati Bengals. You know, I think that the Cincinnati should have won that game, could have won that game. But you know what I think, all in all, from what I remember, I didn't get to watch the game a couple more times yet, but the better team won, the more experienced team won, and definitely the more experienced, because I think it was, what was it, like 10 or 13 Rams players have played in the Super Bowl before, and I think the Bengals had like one guy on there that played in the Super Bowl. Young team for the Bengals too, so it's going to be interesting to see how they bounce back. Just signed the coach to another contract, the Bengals coach Zach Taylor. Sounds like your boy McVay's coming back.
I mean, why would anybody think he was leaving? Where did this whole thing? I don't
It's my
understand.
conspiracy theory I started for. You know how Aaron Jones, our boy, shout out Aaron Jones, likes conspiracy theories. I know you like a good conspiracy theory here and there, so I had to throw out the conspiracy theory there. So, you know, he'd come back one more time. They don't need those draft picks as your owner, Sam Snead or whatever. Not Sam Snead, something less Snead. Les Snead says don't need those draft picks. So you know, but they are over the salary cap, so they're gonna have to figure something out a little bit, and probably have to sign your boy Stafford to a little bit of a contract. So let's see if they're one and done and go back down to earth. See what happens. Well, they're gonna be done next year, one and done, because they're not going back next year, because that's all the Seahawks, baby. They're all fired up, ready to go. Seahawks in the Super Bowl next year. You heard it here first. Super Bowl 57 champions.
And that's probably the last place they're gonna hear it too. They're as we know, nobody repeats. So I'm not about to sit up here and say I'm that high off of Rams Super Bowl championship win that I'm gonna jump off the bridge and say that they're gonna repeat. No, because it doesn't happen. Okay, Tom Brady couldn't just do it a minute ago. Anything could happen. And you talked about their money situation. The people have done this before. They get creative. They give people their money now, call it a signing bonus, which frees up cap space. Yeah, all of that stuff can happen. All of those same people can come back, and it's going to be very interesting. But getting back to like the game itself, you are absolutely right. Cincinnati was in a position where you saw me looking like, you know what, this is the time, or it's now or never kind of situation for the Rams, because it wasn't looking good. It wasn't. And when it was 2013, or was it 2016? 2016, I was like, yeah, this doesn't look good, man. The game script would have to work perfectly in their favor, and it kind of did. And I know a lot of people are talking about, you know, the last, 2 minutes or whatever, and how they didn't call no flags the whole game, which when I watched it back the second time, that literally was a clean ass game before the tail end. And that holding call on Cooper Kupp with the linebacker on him, of course he's fighting for his life. He ain't trying to get embarrassed by Cooper Kupp. Of course he held. We both looked at it, and at first we were like, oh no, it was on fourth, I think, or third. And it was incomplete, and we seen the flag come out, and I was like, oh, there's a flag. And then when they showed the replay, it was like, okay, that's legit. Right. Remember I had said beforehand, I was like, see, the Rams are always in the midst of a call, and as they were again against the Saints, not too long ago, and it was pass interference for pass interference, and then the other one when we went to Super Bowl last go around. So that tends to happen, man. But it's going to be interesting at putting the team back together, constructing it, and figuring out what they're going to do. Sean McVay he got a lot of work to do, because number one, everybody saw him call that game. Everybody saw him call every game in these playoffs. Okay. So, and I've been telling you, everything is not all sweet. He's got to get more diverse with what he's trying to do. And I don't know how he's going to do that, because it's a big challenge right now, because all of his coaches got hired somewhere else.
Yeah, right. We talked about that a little bit last week before Sunday. Before
the draft even pops off and free agency pops off, he's right now supposed to be enjoying winning the title. He got to figure out who's going to be coach, offensive line. Coach
another offensive coordinator that he lost the second year in a row. And they look what happens. They plug someone right in, and still, didn't quite whoever calls the plays didn't quite call a great game plan, as we talked about before in the second half. I mean, they were playing from behind in the second half. Still neither team was out there to put points on the board like I would expect them to in the second half. So, like you said, got creative.
McVay's got to hire another offensive play caller. You know what I mean? So he can just move up to the top and be the CEO. You know what I mean? Like Belichick does. And just, I got respect, like Andy Reid. I got respect for the offense. That's my favorite side or whatever. But let somebody else call the plays. You know what I mean? They got a different vibe, because it's all your plays anyway. You know what I mean? But let him run a script, because clearly his writing ain't working.
It's getting what do you call it? Like the game plan that he's put together. I mean, these teams are going to start to know him. And I think that's why the NFC West is so like, comparable, because they're, one team, San Francisco beats the Rams beat the Seahawks beat San Francisco. They work together. They've seen these game plans from these coaches all so well. It's only a matter of time where, it's going to be 2-2-2 or whatever, all of them, they're each going to beat each other up, especially now with Arizona as well coming around like they do. If they could stick it through the entire.
I know you didn't say Arizona. See, let's go and park the car right here. Something's going on with Arizona. Something's going on with Arizona. We talked about this a couple of weeks back, why people be wanting to leave. Honey Badger was all in his ear. He's scrubbing his Instagram. We talked about all of that.
Kyler,
Now there's a whole thing going on. Now, is he going to go and try to get a baseball contract or this and that? He ain't doing that.
He's not.
He's not doing that, okay? But we know that when there's smoke, there's fire, okay? Everybody leaves that squad sooner or later, if you're a big name. So I don't think we're going to have to worry about Arizona. They've already shown what their hand is in the division, and I ain't going to be stupid enough to pick them to show heavily next year in the division. Believe that. They're the fourth team.
Hey, I got one more thing on the Super Bowl for your Rams. And yes, as I referenced to on Sunday and the week before, how you were giving old boy Eli Apple the business the whole game.
Warranted.
Homie did not deserve your degrading of his game plan or his game style, bro. Even though he did give up the game-winning touchdown, it was on like the 3-yard line. I mean, what else do you expect? Everyone's going to give up that touchdown pass. But your boy Jalen Ramsey gave up damn near more yards, if not more, than Eli Apple did. So where's everybody hating on him? He gives up a lot of yards and he gave up more. So get off Eli Apple's back and start get your boy Jalen Ramsey to figure out how to play some defense, not give up so many damn yards. Because everybody else is already giving him the business online. You started all that shit, homie. You did. So people listen to the show and they said, "Oh, this guy has a point. Now we're gonna just go in on Eli Apple and make all these memes about him. Poor guy."
Why don't more infant formula companies use organic, grass-fed whole milk instead of skim? Why don't more infant formula companies use the latest breast milk science? Why don't more infant formula companies run their own clinical trials? Why don't more infant formula companies use more of the proteins found in breast milk? Why don't more infant formula companies have their own factories instead of outsourcing their manufacturing? We wondered the same thing. So we made ByHeart, an infant formula company on a mission to get a lot closer to the most superfood on the planet, breast milk. Our patented protein blend has more of the important and most abundant proteins actually found in breast milk. We're the first and only U.S.-made formula to use organic, grass-fed whole milk, not skim. We even conducted the largest clinical trial by a new infant formula company in a quarter-century, with clinically proven benefits like easier digestion, less spit up, and softer poops versus a leading infant formula. And we make our own formula in the USA and our very own factories in Iowa, Oregon, and Pennsylvania. ByHeart, a better formula for formula. Learn more at byheart.com.
Okay, round 2. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
He started that himself. He brought that over himself. Okay. He out here, thinking that he's now found a squad that he can shine on the Giants. He can shine on the Saints and not mention the tragic year in Carolina. Okay. I feel you. Y'all have a nice young squad out there, but y'all aren't running it back neither next year. Okay. It's just not going to happen. You don't see Super Bowl runners up back in the Super Bowl. That's just not a thing. And if the story that they were writing prior to the Super Bowl, that if you lose your first Super Bowl, you ain't winning another one. So I hope that doesn't stick for him, because I said that after the game. I hope he doesn't get stuck with that. He can be somebody that overcomes that. I'm talking about Joe Burrow, actually.
Burrow, yeah.
But no, Eli Apple deserved all of that, man. And that's just what it was. I told you what Jalen Ramsey is. I told you Jalen Ramsey ain't no Deion Sanders. Jalen Ramsey ain't Champ Bailey. Deion Sanders ain't Revis Island. He's not one of those guys. He gets burnt all the time. But that's what I'm telling you. You have to know what to expect. You're going to expect people to do what they always do. I'm not going to expect for them to do anything different. He takes too many chances. And I guarantee, I ain't going to see, you know what? I was about to jump off the roof.
Yeah.
I was about to jump off the roof. But just like they got rid of Aqib Talib, Marcus Peters, he could be part of that money that becomes free. And I wouldn't even be mad at it. And I love Jalen Ramsey because he's on the squad, but he didn't start here. Okay. He didn't start with us from Jump Street. So if we got to do something to get
you didn't have your team, fool.
What?
You didn't have your team. Who? Aaron Donald, the only one that's still there that started with you from the start.
Respect, dude. There were horrible Taylor Rapp drafted by the Rams. Okay.
Matthew Stafford didn't. You got rid of your boy Goff.
Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods. I mean, come on, man.
Robert Woods didn't start there.
Yes, he did. He's a homegrown guy.
He's not from Buffalo.
Yeah, I forgot he played in Buffalo. But yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Stop the nonsense.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't have a problem parting with people because that's just the business of the game.
True.
You know what I mean? We had to do the thing with Aqib Talib and Marcus Peters in order to get where we are right now. We'll have to do it again in order to put ourselves in position. We'll have to figure out in a minute, because we did the Matt Stafford experience, we're going to have to figure out what happens after Matt Stafford in a little while too. Okay, that's a decision that's going to come up pretty soon. So while everybody's talking, you know what I mean? Because all of a sudden they think that now, since he done stacked up all these numbers, he done won the Super Bowl. And
real quick before you go with the Stafford, I just want to say one thing about Joe Burrow. Do we really think that this kid can stay upright in the pocket and not blow out another knee or have another couple knee injuries and then, or, pull an Andrew Luck, so to speak, and just be like, man, I don't think that he's that out of the game. I think he'll be able to, bounce back, especially now in the time of medicine. He'll be able to bounce back from a knee injury. Like, he just got another one. But they need to take care of him and make sure he's not out there getting tormented every game. But that same goes for the Seahawks as well. They need to get some protection for Russell Wilson. But at the same time, I mean, like you said, I hope we get to see him back in the big games sooner or later. Or at least play some really good seasons, because Joe Burrow's fun to watch, and with Jamar Chase and Mixon and all those guys, good team to watch. But anyways, go back to your Stafford, what you were going to say about Stafford.
No, you're right about Cincinnati. All the main ingredients are there for those guys. It's just where they need to focus is what's getting Joe Burrow killed, and that's the offensive line. And it takes a while for offensive lines to gel together. So are they going to do a free agent route? I would, if I was them, since they got the second most money, I think, to use, and then maybe get some young guys and have them in there and get them going too in the draft. They need some SEC offensive linemen. You know what I mean? Dudes that played in big games before. And then maybe Joe Burrow can get right. But yeah, it's gonna be tough because he's gonna have to go up against Myles Garrett over there, the steel curtain, and whatever the hell Baltimore puts out on the field on a regular basis. But no, I was just gonna segue off the Stafford thing. Your boy Young Rich, Compton representative Sherm, you know what I'm saying? Richie Sherm is out here saying Matt Stafford, no way, Hall of Famer. I just wanted to see what you thought about if Matt Stafford is or is not a Hall of Famer right now. Books closed. Is he a Hall of Famer right now?
Well, the book's not closed. I think he's still got another.
For the sake of this conversation, the book's closed. Okay.
Well, it really can't be closed for the sake of this conversation, because of the way. I mean, it's obviously a different time that you have now from 20 years ago with the offensive prowess of these teams, right? So if he plays like 3 to 5 more years, he's like, what is he projected to be? Like top 5 in passing yards, top 5 in touchdowns, top he has a Super Bowl. His record's like 500. Eli Manning's record's like 500, and he's pretty sure Eli Manning's going in the Hall of Fame because he has 2 Super Bowls. So yeah, I mean, Matt Stafford, on what you're grading the quarterbacks of now, how they grade these quarterbacks now with the times that we're in the passing offense. I mean, he has to be, in my opinion, would have to be a Hall of Famer, especially after the Super Bowl win, and then with as many yards as he has, touchdowns he has. Who are the I haven't looked it up, but if off the top of my head, top 5 passing yards in the NFL would have to be Brady, Breeze. Hell, Russell Wilson's like number 12 right now, and he's still active. Just to throw that out there, I think. But who'd I say? Brady, Breeze. Who am I missing?
You're disrespectful right now.
Uh-oh.
You're disrespectful. How you gonna be disrespectful to Peyton Manning like that, man?
Peyton Manning. I just said Eli Manning. I said Peyton Manning. See, yeah, I was going off the people the last couple of years that were in there, but Stafford's gonna end up being a top 5 in all those categories. I mean, how do you not put him in there? I mean, you got Warren Moon in there in the Hall of Fame. You got Terry Bradshaw in there. Definitely don't have as many yards and played as long as these guys could play or have played.
All right, let me give you a couple of names real quick. Okay. Uh-huh. Comparable positions, I think.
All right. Let's see what you got, homie. Put me on the spot. I got you.
But I'm going to give you some information first. Matt Stafford has 50,000 yards thrown in a career. Okay. Tom Brady, 84,500.
Yeah.
As the number 1. So that just gives you perspective real quick. Okay. Now I'm going to give you people who are in similar positions that Matt Stafford potentially is going to creep up on in the next few years. Matt Stafford, Dan Marino.
Yeah.
Dan Marino did not win a title. He made it once and lost, but he has 61,000 passing yards. All right.
And what does Stafford have right now?
50,000. 5 yards short of 50,000. Let's call it 50K. All right. Matt Stafford. Dan Marino clearly is in the Hall of Fame. All right. Brett Favre. Brett Favre. 1 Super Bowl. Okay. But 71,000 yards. So, I mean, think about how many years Matt Stafford potentially would be playing when you're talking about is he Hall of Fame. Okay. Now here's one. Well, I got 2 for you. Here's number 1.
That's 5 years right there. Not even 5.
Drew Brees, number 2 all time, 1 Super Bowl. And he was the first 5 years of his career in San Diego was like nobody even knows, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Matt Stafford put it on in Detroit for a garbage ass team. And last but not least, currently,
how many yards Brees have?
80,000. So a good 30,000 yards away.
Yeah.
All right. But he, clearly played 8 more years than Stafford. Right. But here's what currently employed Aaron Rodgers.
Oh man, I forgot about the GOAT.
Okay. Currently employed Aaron Rodgers has 55,000 yards. Right. And they played in the same division. Rodgers' whole career, just about. So these is what I'm saying. These are your comps of people that sit in the same realm as Matt Stafford. And then, of course, you have Phillip Rivers. He got a lot more yards than Matt Stafford. No Super Bowls. Okay. Matt Ryan. A lot more yards than Matthew Stafford. No Super Bowls. So only Ryan, Rodgers, and Stafford are currently employed. All of them are Hall of Famers, bro. I mean, it's whack. It just is what it is. Because when you were trying to name off the top 5 or the top 10.
Right.
Everybody's a current player, bro. Everybody's a current player. Okay. The only person that you got Peyton Manning at 3, Brett Favre at 4, Dan Marino at 7. That's who's retired. That's in the top 10. Everybody else either just retired or is currently employed right now.
Right.
So,
and then
go ahead.
I was gonna say, what the hell happened to my must have been touchdowns that I was looking at for Russell's 26th in passing yards. It was touchdowns I must have been looking at for Russ at number 12. But yeah, I mean, you're right. You got Stafford, Rodgers, Ryan. Don't forget about your boy Joe Flacco still plugging away.
Dude, I'm telling you, you know whose stats you do not want to look up? That's in the Hall of Fame though. That will have you busting the hell up.
I think we talked about this before, but go ahead. Let me remember who it was.
Mad Super Bowls, bro. Terry Bradshaw. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just saying. I mean, Drew Brees and all the work that he put in. Not Drew Brees. I'm sorry, Drew Bledsoe. He's not too far off the mark. I don't know how can they not put him in if he has more yards than Dan Fouts and Joe Montana. You know what I'm saying? So you can't say. I know it sounds crazy when you say Matt Stafford just because he won a Super Bowl. Is he a Hall of Famer? No. You can't just jump off the bridge and say no. Yeah, Richie, I feel you. You could say he wasn't an all-pro. He never made the this and that and all of this. He wasn't all Madden or whatever the hell you want to say.
Right, yeah.
But still, bro, I mean, the way that it's done now, you can't
100%.
not say you can do. Matt Stafford has more yards than Warren Moon, and you said Warren Moon, bro.
Warren Moon's in there, right? That's what I'm saying. I wish we could have, we didn't even plan for this. We had no game plan for this is like one of our only shows that we really have never had a real game plan where we kind of know what we want to talk about. And I wish I've dug into this a little bit. I think a couple weeks ago, we might've talked offline about this a little bit, not the Matthew Stafford thing, but the passing yards and touchdowns and all this, because that's a good conversation to have. I wish I would have looked into it a little bit more because, that's a fun conversation. And when you hear someone like Richard Sherman, who, in my opinion, will be a Hall of Famer as well. So, and you hear him say this, it's like, almost like, where are you coming from with this, Rich? Like where is your thinking involved in this? Like, just because you're that good and you're, not really giving much credit to the quarterbacks because you don't really like quarterbacks at the same time. It's like, you're just trying to keep quarterbacks out of it when you got Eli Manning that's going to be in there. Who else is there? I mean, and Eli Manning's, like I said before, his record is like 150 and 150 or whatever, 500.
Exactly.
Got 2 Super Bowls, took him away from Tom Brady. He should be a Hall of Famer just for that. Just for not letting Tom Brady get 2 more, but whatever, but yeah, good conversation. I like that, homie. Way to throw that out there.
Well, I mean, you know what? I'm not going to blindly just, bandwagon jump and side with Richard just because he's from Compton or something like that. He went to the high school my mom and pops went to. I don't care nothing about that. He didn't go to the right high school. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to blindly just listen to him. But I mean, I feel what he's saying, that the criteria of greatness, and that's what we talk about when we're talking about any Hall of Fame or top 10 or GOAT list or whatever, It's so debatable, bro. But if you're using the current statistics for what went on, you better add on some more wings. You better build another building for the Hall of Fame or something, because some of these dudes got to get in, man. Matt Ryan has got to get in at some point if Dan Fouts is in, bro. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
That's just is what it is.
there is a way that you look at that too, because it's just so many years ago. Like back then you got, you had to put people, you didn't have to, but you put these guys in that were at that time the best players. And during that, 10, 20 year era when they started doing, did the Hall of Fame, that you could, you have them where, okay, yeah, back then when Warren Moon or whoever, what was the 50,000 passing yards from Warren Moon or Terry Bradshaw or whoever, you have them in there, you have to throw them in there, because at that time these guys were just starting, and then all of a sudden now you see Brady at 84,000 passing yards,
come on,
35 more than whatever. So, I mean, it's crazy. But in now times, and just to close out on Stafford real quick, I mean, if he's at 50,000 right now and he's 34 years old, if he plays for another 6 years, and you just put 5, that's another 30,000 right there. He's pushing 80,000 yards in average in the time right now when, you're going to see more quarterbacks throw for 5,000 yards in a game. So, or 5,000 yards in a season. So, we'll see.
All right, bro, here we go. Rapid fire game. All right. Don't think about it. I just need yes or no. Okay. In or out. All right. In or out. Hall of Fame. Kerry Collins.
Out.
He has more passing yards than Joe Montana. Donovan McNabb.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I have to look at his stats, but I mean, no,
he has more passing yards than Jim Kelly. Okay. Vinny Testaverde.
See, I mean.
See, rapid fire, bro. See, that's what I'm saying.
No.
Okay.
I want to change my McNabb pick, though, to yes.
All right. Much respect. Matt Hasselbeck.
Yes. Homer.
Yeah, I respect that. Carson Palmer.
Ooh. No.
Tony Romo.
Yes.
One more. We're gonna shut it down. Dave Craig.
No. Not now. No.
Dave Craig has more passing yards than Jim Kelly, Steve Young, Troy Aikman, Kurt Warner.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Oh, damn. What are your picks? What are your picks on those guys?
I mean, if you gave me a couple, I would say, look, to be honest with you, I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm not even going to front. Carson Palmer's a big hell no. Vinny Testaverde's a big hell no. Drew Bledsoe, a big hell no. Kerry Collins, a big hell no. Dave Craig, a big hell no. Donovan McNabb, yes. Matt Hasselbeck, yes. Alex Smith, yes. Boomer Esiason, yes. Dave Craig, hell no. Jim Everett,
Jim Everett.
Just on the love, okay? Spent 7 years playing for the big Rams horn. You know what I'm saying? Flipper Anderson and Henry Ellard and all the old school boys in the 80s.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? A big hell no to him too. And he
So
has more passing yards. He has more passing yards than Tony Romo. Okay, Steve Young, Troy Aikman, Kurt Warner.
The funny thing is that we actually agreed on the Hasselbeck and the McNabb. That's the funny thing, that we actually agreed on both of those.
Made it to the Super Bowl, bro. Made it to the Super Bowl, bro. Carson Palmer, no. Testaverde, no. Kerry Collins, yes, though.
You said Kerry Collins, yes?
Kerry Collins made it to the Super Bowl. No, I said hell no.
Oh, I said hell no.
Saying. That defeated my argument on made it to the Super Bowl. So.
Oh, right. What else we got for NFL to wrap up, since we won't have a lot to talk about till draft day, which is our draft combine, which will be a little bit of popping off stuff. Yeah. That's going to be interesting. I think the combine's going to be, man, I don't even know, like,
uneventful.
It is going to be, because I think there's going to be a lot of these people that don't go because now they see all this money that's coming out to the NFL. They're not going to take their chances to do it. There's going to be more. What's that?
I would like to see who gets the hyped up pro day. You know how they doing it now. They hold their own personal pro days, right? This kind of thing at the school and all that. So yeah, it's going to be uneventful, because if you looked at most of the top 10 players, prospects that they're talking about for the draft, you know, they're foundational players, they're linemen, they're linebackers, and the linebacker from Michigan, a safety in a corner somewhere. So it'll be some nice pieces that will help people. There's not going to be a big name that jumps off until maybe a pro day. We hear about, Matt Corral, who from Ole Miss. Apparently they found out that he struggles with all kind of the Ben Simmons disease. I don't know. So I don't know what's going to happen.
Well,
Kenny Pickett's
that's the same thing with, there's still, now that you see all this talk coming out too about the draft coming up, they keep bringing up these Mac Jones clips where Belichick is rumbling something like he can't hit the deep ball or something like that, but they still drafted his ass. And that's what I don't understand about this. It's one of those old school things about these coaches just looking for, like, in my opinion, your game tapes speak for yourself. Speak for most occasions, right? Yeah. I know the NFL is a different ball game, so I'm not, a different atmosphere. Game's faster. We hear every single quarterback that comes into the NFL and running back come into the NFL. And the receivers are always like, the game's way faster. So, but in my opinion, I think the combine is a little bit overrated. I mean, it's good for not your preempted top 20, 30 draft picks that are already going to go. I mean, they really have nothing else to prove. Like the guy from Oregon who even sat out half the year last year, he's still going to go because he got his hurt knee or something. He's still going to go top, 5, 3, 2, 1 or whatever. So this is just a different atmosphere here.
Yeah, man. Well, the other thing that I have for you, figure, did they get all of the awards right? All of the NFL honored awards? Do you have any issues with any of the awards that were given out? MVP and Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year. You got any issues with any of that? Everything was dead on, you think?
Yeah, I really think so. I mean, I don't think they could have went too many other directions. The only one I wasn't really maybe sold on, but it makes sense, was the Parsons defensive rookie, I guess rookie of the year. No, actually, I think they are all TJ Watt defensive player of the year, Parsons rookie of the year, Chase rookie of the year. Yeah, I mean, you really couldn't. Burrow comeback player of the year. Yeah, I mean, who else was in a?
You don't have no problems with Vrabel winning Coach of the Year.
Well, he was there last year, wasn't he?
Are you telling me that you don't have a problem with Vrabel winning Coach of the Year?
Give me another option. Who else was there?
The Super Bowl runner-up coach.
Taylor, yeah, that'd be probably a good one. Can't be Arians. I mean, he's there every year. Can't be
LaFleur.
I mean, he had the MVP. I mean, I can't really give it to LaFleur. Maybe. Yeah. I mean, you might be able to roll with Shanahan and San Francisco on that one. Just because they got him, they got there after the terrible year last year. Who else am I trying to think of right now? What about Eagles coach?
Sirianni.
Yeah, Eagles coach. Even though they made it to the playoffs, played terrible. That could have been the coach of the year. I guess if there's any issues, it would definitely be the coach of the year. Now that you brought that up, we started talking about it because that is a little different circumstance there with Vrabel. I mean, he made it there last year. Team was good all year. Eagles are a little flippy. What about Brian Flores? Could have been coach of the year, man. When you went from 0-7 to 7-7 in a matter of 7 games. I mean,
you were lobbying for him early. Well, see that I see the angle, because I see if you take the angle of look at what you had to work with over the season,
right?
And you lost Derrick Henry, yet you still ended up 12-5. I feel that.
But that's their game plan either way. I mean, their game plan is to run the ball and not count on Tannehill to throw it. And they have Foreman back there, which is
they found
Derrick Henry Jr. or whatever.
Right. So, but yes, Sirianni is a good call. You lobby for Flores, but hey, I'm going to tell you right now, I can't. If they couldn't give the coach of the year to Rich Bisaccia of the Las Vegas Raiders for everything that he had to deal with in this situation, you know what I'm saying? They're foul because they gave it to Bruce Arians when Chuck Strong went out to get his cancer treatment for the horseshoe in Indianapolis back in the day. So there's a precedent for this. They disrespected old Blake. That's the problem that I have. Now, for the Raiders to win 10 games, given what happened, no different coach, okay. People running into people, you know what I'm saying? And they was able to hold the ship together because they didn't even have that great of a team to begin with.
So you know what? I would
That's
take
my problem.
I would take Bisaccia number 1 and Flores number 2 in that the coach of the year candidate options that you just brought up. Now that you brought up Bisaccia, because you're right, and I forgot all about Arians winning it in at the horseshoe. As you said that when he took over for
Chuck Pagano.
Yeah, I love Pagano, dude. I watch him every Wednesday.
Chuck Strong, baby.
Yeah, he's dope. So yeah, dude, that's interesting. I wish we would have thought about that earlier and talked about that before, because that was a great subject. Another great thing to bring up, homie. Damn, you genius, bro.
Man, I'm telling you, all I do is just be sitting here talking, man. I think too hard, too long, and about football and sports. Okay, so my priorities are all messed up. Okay, I just hope that my kids grow up to be upstanding individuals. I got the same amount of energy doing dad type business as I do with all of this running my mouth I'll be doing.
All of the shenanigans popping off. You were doing a lot of running your mouth on Sunday. That's for damn sure. Right. But well done. I mean, I couldn't be mad at you. Your team pulled it off, as you told me they would. So yeah, I don't think we got much else going on till next week.
Yeah, we got to start finding out, because I think this weekend free agency something is opening, and then you got draft stuff and or combine stuff and all and that kind of thing is popping off in the next week or so. So I'll be interested to find out, you know what I mean? Because the horseshoe got to get rid of Carson Wentz, man. Go get Jimmy Garoppolo. And like I said a couple weeks ago, who's going to be the first free agent that signs to the NFC South? because whoever goes to that division, whether it's the Bucks, whether it's the Panthers, whether it's the damn Saints, or well, Falcons are good. So, you know what I'm saying? So clearly they're not going to win the division. But whoever goes, whatever free agent goes, they're winning the division next year. And I would be willing to put money down. Whoever goes, if it's Garoppolo, if it's Russell Wilson, if it's Carson Wentz, yeah, and there's still some movable pieces. We still got the Deshaun Watson quiet drama simmering in the background.
Can't even believe people are still talking how this is even still a thing that he's going to even come back. I mean, and you know, we saw what happened to Cam Newton when he was gone for a year and didn't play.
A lot younger though, you know, but yeah, I feel you on the being suspect with that. I feel you on being suspect with bringing him back after a year, but you see how they do. You just let the story go quiet and you pop back up like Louis C.K., like nothing happened.
Jeez, no kidding. What the hell? All right, well, damn, that was a good talk, homie. I glad we got to throw one together. Scheduling conflicts this week, but we made it happen as always. So,
of course.
Hey, everybody. Hey, thanks everybody for listening. Check out the YouTube channel. If you haven't checked out the YouTube channel and you're listening to on this podcast or on the podcast, so check out the YouTube channel, subscribe. We'd appreciate it. Also, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show on whichever podcast platform you listen to. Go to thisisfunner.com for more podcasts and online content. Grab some merch while you're there from the Funner family. Follow me on Twitter at Stix015. Follow this guy, Anonymous Big Homie, at homie_anonymous. Hey, guess what, homie? It's much easier to read that without you chopping and put me on the spot when we were doing the live show, because I know I fucked that one up bad. But hey, that's just what happens when you're live like that, right? And that was a good time, bro. We had a good time on Sunday. Hella good time. Thanks to the anonymous wife. Thank you for letting me come down and hang out.
No doubt.
We need to do more of those live once we get all the audio and shit figured out.
Yes,
but
sir.
What do you got for the people, homie? What you got?
Man, nothing, man. The one last sports/shenanigan tidbit. Okay, be on the lookout. Aaron Rodgers, Tennessee Titans. He just broke up with his chick, Shailene Woodley, and they're done. Okay, except for he is building a crib in Nashville. What do you know about that? The sleeper. I'm not changing from Denver, but that's the sleeper. Aaron Rodgers breaking up with his chick, mad, wants to be out. Hey, I love it. Drama, always funny. But this is funner. Dig it. Yeah, man.
All she wrote.
Yo, this dude, man, hey, y'all better watch out for your boy Russell Wilson, man. It might end up bad, bro. And not that it ends up bad, because I just don't hear anybody saying anything positive. You know what I'm saying? And I noticed, I don't know if you noticed, have you noticed that your boy has stopped strategically saying, "Go Hawks"? I bet you didn't notice that. He has strategically stopped saying it. I noticed that, hey, he ain't saying it no more, okay?
I guess he's got a lot going on in his life right now. Maybe he's not on the all in the same headspace right now. He's doing a lot of tours, a lot of Sierra sightings, a lot of not man of the year, but the Bart Starr, whatever, breakfast winner of the year or whatever, but he's got all that stuff going on, PR stunts, like he said. So, hey, I don't know. We'll see.
Tampa Bay. Indianapolis.
You notice there's a lot more different, a lot more teams right now talking Philly, New York, Frank Chicago, Arizona, or not Arizona, like you said, Tampa Bay, Denver, I'm sure will come up again.
Russell Wilson and Frank Stewart. Oh, Jonathan Taylor, my bad. And Jonathan Taylor. Oh my God.
That'd be a wild for him.
God, y'all don't even want to see it. Oh my God. That would be horrible, man. Ooh, boy, we'll be stuck with Carson Wentz up here. Why don't they go long on Jimmy Garoppolo, man? The Seahawks need to just go long on Jimmy Garoppolo. Because you can't, who else you going to lure here? You can't really lure anybody here. They got to just throw a truckload of money at somebody.
Yeah, I don't think any quarterback's worth a truckload of money right now unless your name is Aaron Rodgers. And he ain't coming here.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming, even if they had the truckload of money. Yeah, man. Shoot. Bruh. But, hey, it's going to be you know how it is. So now what we're going to be talking about is nothing but story building lines moving forward. Because we don't have the NFL. We're going to have what's going to contribute and build to next football season. This kind of news is going to be popping up in the next month. And then we got
there's no
good.
I was saying no baseball, so there's going to be plenty, when baseball has the opportunity to shine, they locked out, as we told them before, they fucked up. And then now NFL is going to continue to rule their offseason as they always do.
Well, the NBA is going to make its way onto the front page with this Harden and Simmons trade. So they haven't played yet, but once one of them or both of them play for their new teams, storylines will develop because we already seen what happened. See, I didn't say nothing. I'm gonna wait until because this is All-Star Weekend starting tomorrow, I think, right?
All-Star Weekend, yeah.
Kevin Durant picked James Harden last for his squad. There's some feelings involved in this situation, so it's about to go live with Kyrie and all of these guys. Oh yeah.
We'll be following the Announce Big Homie on Twitter at homie_anonymous for the NBA All-Star Game shenanigans. So
all day.
We didn't even get to talk about that, but we'll definitely be following that this weekend.
For sure, because I don't even know what kind of NBA shenanigan festivities. Yeah, do they even do a dunk contest still? I mean, I know they did one garbage last year. I thought they were talking about getting rid of it. I don't know. This not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good.
Nope. I mean, I don't know what the hell they do NBA wise. All right, homie. Well, I will chat with you this week.
For sure.
That was Sports Fix with Stix. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show. If you want to join the show, use the hashtag StixandSports.
Winners don't make excuses.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.